Hello everyone and welcome back to another live. How are you today? I know that a lot of kids have started back to school today. My eldest, Yannick, who's 13, just started his first day back at school. All seems to be going well. And Nina is ever so excited to get started on Tuesday. So she can't wait because she's been going to Skola Sci all summer. And she got a little bit confused about not having school for one full week before she starts next week. So she's asking every day, Mama, when does school start again? Mama, when do we have that meeting? When am I meeting my teacher? So I hope that those of you who have kids who have started school today have had a great day so far. So the topic for today is actually about school, so perfect timing. It's about our morning back to school routine, which of course I haven't practiced fully yet because not both my kids are back to school. But of course, it's very similar to what we did last year, just with a little bit of tweaks and change in times because of course we have different routines this year. My son just started Form 3 in a new school, so he's in secondary school now and the bus times have changed. Nina's a little bit older as well, and we've tweaked our routines to make it work for what's happening right now in our lives. Of course, every year our routine changes, as I'm sure yours does as well, depending on a lot of different things. So if you don't know who I am, I know that a lot of new faces have joined recently. My name is Nakita, and my mission in life is to help busy mamas just like you to live the best version of their life by helping them manage their time better. Now, once we're talking about routines, I want to ask you, do you have a set routine when it comes to school mornings? If you don't, why is it? And if you do you feel that it works, or do you think that maybe you can make it better somehow? Leave your answer right here in the comments. Now, back to the topic, which is back to school morning routine. And this changes slightly every year. The question I asked, just a second, okay. So, our routine. Obviously, we do have a routine and it works as well. We tweak it every year, we try to make it better. And I'm going to share a lot of valuable tips about how you can make your mornings run smoother. So stay till the end because that's the last portion of this live. I will let you know what our routine is like and I will also then let you know how you can make yours better. Just a second. Okay, cool. Because I'm just seeing some, the beauty of life, right? I'm just seeing some names pop up and I thought that there was an error over here, but you can all see me, right? I love saying hello to all of the beautiful faces that are popping up. So if you can see me and if you can hear me properly, just say hello and I'll be sure that you're tuning in and everything's running smoothly. So let's kick this off, shall we? So first of all, I set my alarm every morning for 5:15 a.m. So summer, winter, all year round, this is the time that I wake up, bar the weekend, of course. I do take it a little bit easier during the weekend, but overall, I'm a morning person, so I do not mind waking up early. I do my very best work in the morning. Okay, we're getting a little bit of hellos over here, so I'm just going to pause a little bit, and I'm going to say hello to some people. Oh, just a second. The screen just switched for me. I don't know if you can see me properly or if I'm sideways. Are you seeing me properly? Because my screen has suddenly turned upside down. This is so strange. This has never happened before. So let me just go through your hellos and comments if I can see them because I have to go sideways. So hi Jocelyn, hello to my mom from the Netherlands. Hi Crystal. Hi Courtney, who says we can see you, love your accent and love your top. Thank you, Courtney. Hi Maria, hello Claudine and Rachel and Charlene and Maria and Mandy. Okay, so you're seeing me the right way up. I'm seeing you sideways, so I need to move sideways to read your comments today, but it will work, don't worry. So I was talking about the time I wake up in the morning. So I wake up a good 1.5 hours earlier than Nina does. For the reason that I like to get a little bit of work done in the morning and I also like to get my fair share of quiet time as well. I'm just checking that you can all see me properly because I'm still curious. Okay, but everything seems to be fine. Let me just go on. So, do you also wake up much earlier than your kids or do you wake up right on time to wake them up? Let me know as well. I'd love to know what routines you're using, and if you have any tips as well, we can share and all learn from each other too. So let me just go through the motions of my personal morning routine. I had done a live video about this actually, and I'll link it in the comments later, but I'll just go through it quickly so you know what I do for myself in the morning. So first of all, I'll wake up at 5:15, I'll jump in the shower, I'll put on my makeup and I'll get dressed. And then I'll meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. I found this to be so helpful, and I love that 5 or 10 minutes of quiet time where I do nothing but just sit still. And then I put on the kettle, make some tea. In the meantime, I'll take my phone and I'll get down to my social media accounts, get into Instagram and on Facebook and answer some messages and comments. And I'll switch on my laptop with a cup of tea, at which point I'll work until 6:45. So 5:15 to 6 a.m. I'm getting ready and I'm meditating. And then from 6 to 6:45, I'm doing some work in the morning. So what I usually like to do in the morning is I like to check into socials, I like to check out my email, and I like to do those little bits and pieces that really don't require my full-on focus because it's just 45 minutes, but I'll get all those little bits and pieces out of the way so then I can focus once I have that quiet time alone and everyone is out of the house. So just gonna say hello again and make sure that everything is working. And everyone's saying yes, so thank you very much, ladies. And in the meantime, so I'll wake up Yannick at 6 a.m. because he needs to be on the bus stop at about 6:35 a.m. And he usually leaves with an on-the-go breakfast in hand. Neither of my kids like eating as soon as they wake up, so we have different routines for the two of them. So, at which point, of course, Yannick has left. I've continued working until 6:45, and when it's 6:45, I go to wake up Nina. Now, Nina used to wake up very, very quickly a very long time ago, but now she likes me to coax her and cuddle her and sing to her, and we try to play all sorts of games in the morning to get her out of bed. So while I'm waking her up, actually, I'll switch on the lights, I'll start opening and closing drawers, and I'll start putting away some stuff as well. So she starts hearing some noises and seeing some light inside of the room. I'll start getting some little things done here and there. So maybe just tidying up the room randomly and, just doing a little bit of house chores, very, very light ones. Do your kids wake up straight away, or does it take you a while as well to get them out of bed? Now, sometimes Nina does wake up very excited because she wants to open the front door for Daddy and wave goodbye when he leaves, but it's not always. So sometimes, yes, she'll get up and she'll open the door and she'll say goodbye to him, and then some other times there's no way you're getting her out of bed, and well, she's 4. Sometimes she wakes up moodily, so I'll hug her and we'll sit on the sofa, and other times we'll play all sorts of games to get her out of bed. So I remember at the end of last year, the game that we used to play was that she always has her uniform prepared to get dressed. So I used to put this little bunny inside of her top, pretending that he's stealing her uniform, and that used to work a treat. But we'll see how it works this year, how it works out, and also I'll leave some updates in my story, so check them out. And if you're on Instagram, by the way, do check me out on Instagram at @the_mama_manual, because Instagram stories are so much better on that platform, and also some of the things you cannot actually share to Facebook, so you're missing out if you're on Facebook only, so check me out if you're on Instagram. Now, while Nina slowly gets up and ready for her day, I start decluttering the rest of the house. I start helping her get ready, but she's quite good at getting dressed herself as well. And I'll check out her school bag and I'll see what I need to pack. I'll check out our meal plan for the day and the upcoming 2 days, so I can just mentally refresh my plans and see what needs doing. And I will also check our calendar just to see what's going on and just to keep myself always in the loop. So in the meantime, Nina's in the bathroom and she's using the toilet, she's washing her face and she's brushing her teeth. She's getting really good at this. So she's getting dressed on her own as well. She's been doing it for a while. Her uniform has been prepared the night before, and she puts it on while I'm doing these bits and pieces around the house. Now, of course, I do whatever I can the night before because it always makes mornings easier. I see it as being kind to myself, to my future self, because what's nicer than waking up in the morning and finding, for example, your mug ready on the counter, the tea bag ready put into the mug, and the kettle already filled, and the spoon inside of the mug. I love these little details. They make my mornings easier. When I wake up, it's easier to make tea, so I settle down quicker. Everything is ready for school, so it's a much faster routine. So do be kind to your future self whenever you can, mamas. So we're just going to say hello to some more beautiful faces over here. It's going to be hard to read your comments today sideways, but I'm going to say hello to Maria and Mandy and Amanda, Stephanie and Janice and Carol and Annie and Jessica, Natalie, Maria, Claudine, Sam and Fiona. Wow, there's a lot of you here today. I noticed that when winter routine is on, there are a lot more people here live. So if there's some of you who do not tune in during the summer holidays but are here on the winter, leave a comment. I would love to know. Or is this topic more interesting than the usual ones? Because I'm seeing a lot of people here today, which I'm so happy about. But of course, I do this to serve you. So after all, I'd like to know how I can make it better for you. So do let me know. So next, I'll continue to get some little tasks sorted at home. I'll water the plants when I remember, because I forget sometimes. But I've become much better, and I'm not killing any more plants lately. Once upon a time, I used to kill cactuses as well, so I used to be really bad, and now I'm getting better. So I'll clear up here and there, puff up the cushions on the sofa, maybe pick up some bits and pieces, and then I'll do Nina's hair, which sometimes is an easy feat because all she wants is a ponytail. But some other times she comes up with the craziest of ideas, and she wants a plait over here and another one over here with a ribbon on the side and all sorts of fancy requests after seeing her school friends coming with these sweet hairstyles. But sometimes I can't understand what she wants, so it takes a while sometimes, but I'm happy to indulge and try and get it done like how she wishes. So and then I imagine, just like last year and just like all year round, because we do it in summer as well, we'll be indulging in some role play with Nina's dolls, or babies as she calls them. Now, I don't know how many of you follow me on my stories. Nina is very caring with her babies. And funnily enough, she doesn't call herself Mama, but she insists on being called sister. So no, I'm not their Mama, I am their sister. I have no clue why. And she gets quite frustrated sometimes when we forget we need to treat her babies like real babies. So we need to hold them close to our chests very slowly and just not pick them up like dolls, or else she will go into tantrum mode most of the time. So we need to remember that. But anyhow, we're used to it now, especially Daddy. Daddy used to just pick up the doll, from the foot and walk out the door, but we're getting better at it. So I imagine in the morning we'll have to get them dressed, give them their bottles, take them to the bathroom and put on their shoes, and God only knows how long a process that will be. I always leave an extra 5 minutes just for the dolls in the morning, because if they're not dressed and if they're in their PJs or not wearing their shoes, you can bet that we have to get it done. So all kids are different. That's my kid. It's very sweet of her, really, because she's really caring, even with her animal soft toys. So I play with her and, we do it. It's fun. So Nina also doesn't like having breakfast first thing in the morning. And she actually doesn't have breakfast at home when she's at school, because she goes to breakfast club. And it works fantastically well because she's not hungry anyway first thing in the morning. It makes mornings faster. And I've heard that she eats quite a bit as well, because we've never really had any problems with Nina not eating. But kids, when they see other kids eating, they'll happily eat themselves. And also, when it's not mom's food, somehow they'll eat more. So Nina goes to breakfast club and she has her breakfast over there. Now, I always try and leave the house 10 minutes earlier than planned, because I'm sure you all know something will come up. So we've forgotten something at home, the socks aren't comfortable, we forgot to put something in the bag, we forgot a doll, the doll needs her soft toy, her shoes, whatever, something always comes up. So I plan to leave 10 minutes earlier. If we arrive a little early, after all, we get to spend 5 minutes together in the car or walking around near the school, which is not a bad thing at all. But in order to be on time, I mean, this isn't just for school mornings, it's for anything that I plan with my kids always. I always plan to leave 10 minutes earlier, so that's a great tip for you. I'm sure that you also get a lot of last minute requests and kids drag their feet in the morning or any time for the matter. So I'm sure you can relate. Well, that's it for the morning routine. So then the kids are at school, Neil is at work, and I come back home and I continue my workday. I'm going to say hello again and try and see if there are any questions or comments which I can possibly read sideways. So let me try and read a couple of comments that I can see. I know that I saw one over here from Maria. So Maria says, my routine is I wake up at 5:30, shower, wake up at 6:15 to 6:30. No, okay. I just discovered I cannot read sideways. I'm so sorry about this. I'll get back to you as soon as this live is finished in the comments. So if you'd like to chat with me, leave a comment over here, and I will sure to get back to you as soon as this live is over, because I cannot read then. The text sometimes really gets it wrong, but I'll just say hello. So hi to Gabby, hello Francan, hello Charmaine, hello Alexia, Christabel and Maria. So let's continue. I'm going to give you a few tips to make your mornings run smoother. So first of all, I already mentioned this, prepare what you can in the evening. That includes uniforms, your outfit, clean shoes behind the door, jackets when it gets colder, raincoats, umbrellas, lunches, whatever you can prepare, do prepare in the evening. School notes, school money, whatever it is, get it ready. Your handbag, whatever. Especially if you're not a morning person. Now, I myself am a morning person, but I'd rather focus on other things in the morning, because I'm bound to forget something or I'll wake up frazzled knowing that I've got such a lot of things to do. The things I do in the morning are not really necessities. So I'm clearing the house and getting a few things straightened here and there, but I can live without that. So if I don't do something, it's fine. Of course, the plants poor things. Sometimes I forget them and, well, that's the only thing that I should be doing every morning. Not to all the plants, of course, some of them, but you get my gist. So simplify breakfast. So if you can think of a few simple breakfasts which are prepared very quickly, or pre-prepared, or batch cooked, or else served very quickly, or else which can be eaten on the go, and which can be eaten very quickly as well. So cereal and fruit and yogurts are fantastic options. You can also simplify breakfasts by leaving some things ready on the dinner table or on the breakfast bar. So for example, if you're eating cereal, it's a great idea to leave the cereal box, the spoons, the bowls, and maybe some dried fruit out on the counter, ready to go, or on the table. So it's faster to get breakfast done in the morning. You can cook up other breakfasts like the egg muffins that I love to do. I have a similar recipe in my book as well, which is called The Mama Manual, How Busy Moms Get Organized. And I'm also going to blog about quick breakfasts, so do watch out for that. Breakfasts, as with all other meals, I believe, should be simple, because the moment you start complicating matters is the moment that things get overwhelming, you're late, and you leave a mess at home. So keep them as simple as possible. Another thing, teach your kids to get ready on their own. Now, you might say, oh, but my kid is only 2 years old. Well, today it will take a very long time and you'll need a lot of patience to do that. But 1 year, 2 years down the line, your kids will be so independent, they'll probably close the door so that they can get ready on their own. That's where Nina's at right now. So she was even younger than 2. And she used to try and get dressed on her own. She was quite good at it. So we didn't get a lot of those outfits which she wore the other way around, because she used to check and try to put it on properly. But of course, it used to take ages. And I used to be so patient, because sometimes she would get so frustrated and I would sit down on the floor next to her, encourage her and tell her that she could do it. So if you can be a little bit patient and invest in some extra time with your kids so they can learn, in the long run, it will pay you from a time management aspect, and it will also pay you because your kids are growing up to be individual little beings. So have a plan. Obviously, I'd say this, I have plans for everything. So try and imagine how your morning will play out. Will you get up, have a shower, prepare breakfast, wake up your one child, then wake up the other one? Try and imagine how the motions of your morning and have a plan, so you know exactly what needs doing. Now, if you've got older kids, you should actually jot down their plan, because hopefully they're getting things done on their own, and stick it to their notice board. I do this for my 13-year-old. Yes, he's 13, but he's not such a morning person, so he's quite frazzled when he's up at 6 a.m. So I like to put his routine, we've discussed it together, we've written it together, and it's on his notice board so that he knows exactly what needs to be done in the morning before he heads out to catch the bus. So this is a sweet plan as well for younger kids. You can do it with pictures. So at least they start getting into the familiarity of having a routine and sticking to a plan. Now, another tip, wake up earlier. So if you usually leave things to the last minute and you wake up, practically fall out of bed, and you're trying to do 3 things at a time, you need to slow down. Even wake up 10 minutes earlier will have a massive it will have improvement on your mornings. So waking up a little bit earlier, breathing, and just starting the day on the right foot will help you have a successful morning. And then you can also plan to leave earlier as well. So you're not heading out the door like a headless chicken, only to remember that, oh my goodness, your daughter's water bottle is still sitting on the kitchen counter, at which point you need to rush back. You need to park your car, your child is still young to be left alone in the car, so you need to unbuckle your child, go up home, only to discover that the bottle isn't even filled, so you need to wash it very quickly, fill it up with water, go back down, and you're 10 minutes late. So plan to leave earlier. Meditate, or if you're not familiar with meditating, or you're not willing to give it a try just yet, I'm not done with trying to convince you, try and sit still for at least 5 minutes. So you can even do it when you wake up inside your bed. So this is not what you shouldn't be sleeping, you shouldn't be dozing off or using your mobile phone. Just get up, sit up inside your bed, and just sit still for 5 minutes as you come to terms with another day has started, is going to be a good day, and just take things easy, or else make yourself a cup of tea or coffee and sit down instead of rushing straight away. I bet that this will have a great impact as well on your mornings, because the very, 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 very rare times that I've woken up late, oh my goodness, I'm so confused and overwhelmed and panicked and stressed. I don't know what's happening in the morning. And usually my whole day reflects the exact same energy that I've woken up with. So try it out. Now, don't do more than you have to. It will make you late. Yes, I've mentioned that I do like straighten up the house a little bit in the morning. But I also know that when it's time to leave, it's time to leave. So do not just stay in the kitchen and look at the clock. No, you're going to be late and want to finish washing the dishes before you leave the house. No. When it's time, you need to stop and you need to head out. Make sure that everyone has had enough sleep. We're still kind of in our summer mood, so this might be a little bit hard as well, even before the hour changes and it gets dark earlier than it is now. But it's important that everyone is refreshed in order to be able to wake up earlier and also deal with a full-on day at school. Another good tip, if you have one bathroom, Or if you have lots of kids, or your family is larger than usual and you have maybe 2 bathrooms or 6 people maybe or 5 people, you should schedule bathroom times. So you don't get those moments where you've got someone banging on the door because they need to get into the bathroom and someone else is in there because they've just woken up. So schedule bathroom times for each family member. Now, if you're aiming for smoother mornings, I advise you to at least try one tip from what I've shared today. Okay, so try one tip, and if it works, I want to hear from you as well because I love hearing about your successes, of course. And let's just see who is here. I can see Leanne, Maria, Cherise, Debbie, Colette, and Charmaine, who's left a comment about her routine. Hi Charmaine, I'll get back to you as soon as this live is over because strangely enough, my screen is flipped sideways and I cannot read the comments today. So hi Rosette, hi Maria, hi Christabel, hi Alexia, and I think that's all of you. So before I go, I wanted to ask you if you've heard about my new online program. It's the first time that I've launched Dinner in a Flash, and enrollment is open until Sunday. Now, this actually closes down because there's a live element to this online program. I'm going to be supporting my students 100% inside the Facebook group and throughout my weekly lives to my students. And it is my priority to help my students to get to the finish line. So this is why the program closes for enrollment on Sunday, so I can then hone in on my group, which I've already started, by the way. We've already opened our private members only Facebook group and work really closely one-on-one with all of my students. Now, if you haven't heard about it, very quickly, this is a transformative program where I teach my meal planning, kitchen organization, batch cooking, freezing, serving skills, all the things that you've been hearing about lately. I've been blogging a lot about them. I've been providing a lot of free PDFs to help you do the work. I've even run a 5-day challenge, which has been really successful. But what I want to do here is I want to have an intimate group of students. There's already a few in, and I'm hoping to reach those of you who are just right for the program. And I want to work with these students in a really, really close way. So I'm going to teach all of the strategies that I've taught myself over the past 10 years, which have taken me from being stressed and overwhelmed to living a slower and happier life that I'm living today. So the way that I want to do this is that I want to give all of these students individual attention, and I'm going to be teaching my methods throughout these phases where we go from, for example, we'll start with setting up the foundations, to proper meal planning, to honing in to the food that the family loves, to batch cooking. It's a step-by-step program which will change your life once you're done with the whole course. So if you haven't already, go check it out on www.themamamanual.com/dinner-in-a-flash. And if you have any questions at all, do feel free to send me a message. I am more than happy to help you and to help you make the decision to decide if Dinner in a Flash is for you. If it's not, I will tell you that it's not. But if it is, I will encourage you to come in, and I'm looking forward to having you in there. So that's it for today, moms. It was a pleasure to be with you today. I'm very sorry I couldn't get to your comments, but I'll hop into the comments box right now and I'll get back to you just typing away. So have a beautiful day and a beautiful rest of the afternoon, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.